Welcome back everyone to another video. I'm DK.
And I'm SHARKMAN.
And today we're bringing you our top 10 Marvel superheroes / anti-heroes.
Yes.
So to be honest, David and I consider most anti-heroes to be superheroes, not villains.
Okay, one of these technically is classified as a villain, but I'm gonna argue for hero in this case because of a specific movie that we watched.
If it's the same character that I have, then yes, we can talk about that. Yeah.
What? So you're saying if it's not, then I can't mention it?
No. If it's two different characters, we can argue our point of why we think that they're an anti-hero instead of a villain.
All right. Let's go.
Also, before I start, these are just Marvel characters that have been in the movies. I don't think any of the ones that I have are from the TV shows. Only like they're introduced in the TV shows. Like, because I haven't seen Miss Marvel. I haven't seen.
We haven't seen Miss Marvel. We haven't seen it was Doctor Strange. We haven't seen Hawkeye. We haven't seen Quantumania.
Yeah, we
didn't watch
really
Eternals.
So it's up to the third Spider-Man movie that Tom Holland.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, that's as far as we've gotten.
Yeah, so and we didn't watch WandaVision. My goodness, I can't talk.
Characters that we have already seen in the movies before that count.
Yeah,
so we won't be doing X-Men. We don't want to do Fantastic Four or like characters like that who have not been in the same MCU, like in the MCU.
Right.
So before we start, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends, and turn on the notifications so you will be notified from when we upload again.
Yes.
So we're gonna start number 10. And honestly, my views on all these superheroes have changed so much. My number 10 is Iron Man. And I know that's pretty low, guys. I know.
Unlike the last one we just did, unlike that where I put Aragorn and I didn't like Aragorn or whatever, I like all these characters pretty much equally. I can tell you that right now. Unlike Lord of the Rings where I didn't really like Aragorn pretty much at all.
Yeah, I only have a couple.
I like most of these pretty much equally.
I have a few in the honorable mentions that I love, but they didn't do my top 10.
Right.
The other ones, they were kind of I'm okay with them. They're not. Right. I don't look forward to seeing them. So
number 10 for me is Star-Lord. Number 10 is Star-Lord for me.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Unlike Aragorn, I actually like Star-Lord. I can tell you that right now.
So I was 13.
Mainly because I like Chris Pratt, but you know.
I was 13 years old when I first saw Iron Man, and I thought Iron Man, the movie, was amazing. Iron Man had been my favorite Marvel character until probably Captain America: Winter Soldier. I didn't really like Captain America the movie.
Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah. I didn't really like any of the I love the Avengers, the first one, and I did like all the other characters, but Iron Man has always been my favorite character. And I don't really know what to say except for like Tony. He's hilarious. I love the story. I love the conflict that he goes through. But the second and third Iron Man just weren't that good. Especially the third one. I love how he tries to change. He is narcissistic, but he kind of changes a little bit from that to be more caring and trying to fix his mistakes. But I think that he goes a little too far with it because he does end up having strains in relationships because he is trying to fix his mistakes. But also, I can understand, like, in Civil War, I thought I was going to be on Tony's side, but a government controlled
Mm-hmm.
thing doesn't always work out. I could say that if you have to have permission to go do something when it's urgent and you have the power to do it, you should be allowed to go and do it. I just, it's just, I mean, I guess from the repercussions of Ultron, I can understand because of damages and stuff, but you can't really blame the heroes for making that much damage because the villain is also the one making that much damage too, or making them have to do that much damage.
Right.
If you look at it. So yeah, I don't know. Iron Man has, and I love his sacrifice and his mentorship with Spider-Man. Like I think he was a very good mentor for Spider-Man. And
John just said Peter.
Or Peter. Both of them.
Just saying, like, you could have just said.
He was good mentor for Peter because he was like a father figure to him, and he was a good mentor to Spider-Man because he was.
They're not two entities. It's one. It is one entity.
I know, but like if you're like, I don't know how to describe it. Like as
so you could have just said maybe the best way to say this is Tony was a good mentor for Peter and Iron Man was a good mentor for Spider-Man. If you're going to do it that way it makes more sense because you know what, I'm not even going to try to explain because you were doing a good job and I'm just being dumb. Okay, let's just be honest.
You're not being dumb.
I'm not
so
helping.
That's why Iron Man is number 10 for me, and why is Star-Lord number 10 for you?
I like. Well, for one, it's Chris Pratt. I like Chris Pratt. I like Chris Pratt's role. I think he did an amazing job playing Star-Lord. I like that he has this kind of like carefree attitude kind of to him, where he's like kind of like, you know, like I don't know, and like I don't know. I think he's kind of funny in some points, but I also kind of feel bad for him too because he kind of is nobody because his mom died, and then he got abducted in a sense.
That's the thing I love.
Like he's had a rough past, but he still somehow is kind of like upbeat and cheerful, and you know, like all that stuff.
He is like an outlaw, but the thing is, he's like,
and nobody knows who he is. Kind of like Saitama from One Punch Man.
He's like, name's Star-Lord.
You've never heard of me?
Like who?
You've never heard of me?
No.
Yeah, exactly. But
his dad is ridiculous.
And you kind of feel sorry for him too, like because he lost his mom and his dad's like really bad or whatever. He doesn't really have any family. I mean the Guardians became his family, but like he doesn't really have any like blood relatives left.
When you find out that his dad put the cancer in her head,
it's sad.
I'm like,
it's sad, guys. It's really sad.
Are you kidding me?
It's just sad, guys.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Star-Lord is a really great killer.
Yeah, he's a really good killer.
Character.
Yeah.
I love his design. I love that Chris Pratt is playing him.
And he's got some pretty nice music.
I grew, like, David and I watched I don't know. We watched older cartoon shows with the Guardians of the Galaxy in it. And loved Star-Lord.
I love his music too.
Yes.
His theme music or whatever is great. No, copyright, you can't do it. No, it's copyright. But you guys know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Also, just his banter with all of the Guardians is hilarious.
Especially like Rocket and Drax, like they're like his banter with them is hilarious to me.
But the way he can he steps in between them and like calms them down and like
he's got a heart of a true leader in my opinion.
Yes, he is really great. I love him to death.
Yeah.
Like he's great. I really want to watch Guardians 3.
It's on Disney Plus right now.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
Yeah. I was actually just about to ask you if you wanted to watch it today, but then I was like, we got film, so we can't really watch it right now. Maybe tonight. Maybe we can watch it tonight. Because it's on Disney Plus, like I said, so we should be able to watch it. But anyway. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I love Star-Lord. Like, I love everything. Like, when he loses someone, you can see the grief.
Oh, you can feel his pain.
You can feel it. And he always blames himself. He's too hard on himself a lot of times.
You know, most of it isn't really his fault.
Yeah. But, yeah, I love a character that...
That's like that,
That's like that. But, number 9.
At least you actually thought of, we thought of, like, a lot of characters that were the same, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Number 9, for me, is Vision.
Number 9 for me is Ant-Man. But not because, again, if I could put them all in number 1, I would. Well, okay, maybe number 2, because my number 1 is obviously my favorite. But at least a second for all of them. If I could put them all in second place, I would. But I can't, so I have to put them... You know what I mean?
Yeah. Vision, I found it hilarious, but awesome at the same time that Jarvis is Vision. Because, like... Jarvis has been there from the beginning, and I love his talks with Tony in the movies and stuff. It's hilarious. But I think he also makes besides Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in the Ultron movie, he's like the comedic character in that movie.
But like he's one of those
great addition to it.
He's really like one of those people that's like sarcastic but in a funny way. Because obviously he's an AI, so he's not gonna. He's one
of those literal characters.
Like me, he's like me. He's literal.
But he's literal, but it comes across as hilarious. And the moment he picks up Thor's hammer and hands it to him,
like that was one of the funniest parts in the movie, in my opinion, when he just like lifts the hammer and just hands it to him.
And then at the end of one of the movies, I can't remember what they were talking about. Like, how is it that he can lift the hammer when he isn't human?
But if you put the hammer in the elevator ain't worthy. So they're like, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the part where him and Thor have that conversation in the middle of the battle where he's like, well, if if it's too heavy, you lose power on the swing or whatever, or too light or whatever you say. He's like,
I love it, and then I love his relationship with Scarlet Witch.
Well, it wasn't just born yesterday. Or whatever. Yeah, he's literal and sarcastic, but in a funny way. Like I like that kind of a character where you can be funny, but not intentionally or whatever.
And his love story with Scarlet Witch.
I don't like that part. That's the part about I don't really like.
I like that relationship better than Anakin and Padme.
It's an AI. She's in love with an AI. Powerful AI and a funny AI at that, but an AI nonetheless.
I still love the love story.
That, if you're saying even, but okay, the problem, okay, here's the part that, okay, I wouldn't mind them being in a relationship if there's only one thing that they would explain. How they have kids. That is an AI. There is no way he's, having kids with that lady. The only way I could ever see it making sense is if they adopted their kids. But there is no... I don't care how much magic you have in your show. There's no way you're getting an AI robot, no matter how funny it is, to have kids. There's no way you can...
Okay, but
there's no sane way of explaining that.
I still love the love story, okay? I don't think it was rushed because there were several movies with them. I can't explain.
Not to mention she's too young. He's too young. They're too young. Again, he would. She is. Am I wrong?
I want to know how old she is in the movie.
I don't know, but she's a kid. They refer to her as a kid, so like.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know she's very young in like X-Men Evolution and X-Men.
She was in X-Men Evolution.
Yes.
Oh.
She and Quicksilver.
Oh yeah,
and because they're the children of
Magneto.
Magneto.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I always they never mention it, but it's true.
How ironic that he gets super speed and she gets like dope stuff, like she can bend stuff and like lift things.
I wonder who. Well, I get that because Magneto is basically.
Yeah, but how do you get magnetizing metal to running fast?
Maybe his mother was.
Who's his mom?
We don't know who his mom. Their mom is.
That's weird.
And they're twins.
They don't look like twins.
No, they don't, but they're twins. You hear it.
I'm just saying he got gypped when it comes to powers. He gets super speed and she gets like... I'm just saying she actually can make things float and like shoot her powers as projectiles and all he gets is running. That's squat. In my opinion, that's squat. You don't... like, I don't know. Give him lightning if you're gonna do that. Give him the ability to at least shoot lightning or have like lightning magnet beams or something. Like, dude, like, come on. Like, he gets. That's just the only part that irked me was that part, but that, you know.
Anyway, why is Ant-Man your number 9?
I liked Scott's story, I guess. Like him being this ex-burglar / burglar because he's not raw. He says he don't like violence. Robbing involves violence or whatever. I recently watched Ant-Man, and he wants to get past all that and try to focus on raising his kid, which is, to me, what makes him good, because he wants to, or a good character, is because he wants to help his daughter, or spend time with his daughter. He wants to be in her life. He wants to put his past behind him and stuff.
He wants to put his past behind him.
Even though he does steal the Ant-Man suit and stuff, he in the end he still tries to do good. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is about that also, from what I remember, he was having a hard time finding a job.
That too.
And he really and because he has a criminal background, people are not going to hire him easily.
Yeah.
He wants to have a relationship with his daughter. He loves his daughter. The thing, when I first heard that Ant-Man was coming out, I was thinking it was Hank Pym, because that's the Ant-Man I'm used to.
Yeah.
Whenever it was Scott Lang, I've only seen him in a couple of episodes in an older cartoon called Earth's Mightiest Heroes. It's like the last season of that. One is Scott Lang, and I didn't really care for Scott Lang because he just wasn't an interesting character. But when I saw Ant-Man, my mind changed that because he is amazing, like amazing.
I think his power is a unique one.
Yes, I love Anthony.
And he's got the ants. I thought, even though I don't like ants in real life, I like the ants in the movie. I think they were dope. I thought they were useful. I think it was a unique and creative way to utilize, that character. The way
they scaled stuff.
Yeah.
The way they everything about the whole.
Also, Ant-Man might be the most overpowered person in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Because he's killer. He's killer.
In what way?
Just that he can grow to giant, or he can be as tiny as an ant and have the superhuman strength.
Superhuman strength. Superhuman strength.
Yes.
Like an ant. Mm-hmm.
Like an ant. Which is amazing. I just love it. I don't know, and the way he can call ants, the different ants, and how control them. I also love his relationship with Hank Pym and Hope. I don't really care for Hope as much, but she's still a pretty good character.
I didn't like Ant-Man Wasp as much. I preferred the first one. So far. We haven't seen Quantumania. I heard really bad stuff about Quantumania, and it was bad. Once we watch that, then I can officially say which one's my favorite. But right now, number one's my favorite out of the two.
I think also the villain was much better in Ant-Man than...
I liked Yale, and I thought it was cool that they had this it's just a unique idea to have two small characters fighting with really, I don't know.
I love the fight in the daughter's room.
Yeah.
And then you see Thomas the Tank Engine come in.
Yeah.
I love it.
Also, in real life, the scene at the end when he defeats Yellow Jacket and he goes super sonic or whatever, was not super sonic, but super duper small. In real life, he would have created a black hole. That's what I'm saying. That's why he's the most overpowered character in reviews in real life, because he would have created a black hole that would have destroyed the Earth.
Oh my.
So yeah, overpowered. That's what I'm saying, bro. Overpowered. Anyway, let's continue. What's your
number 8?
Yeah.
Star-Lord is mine.
Vision is mine.
Hey, if we have all the same first 5, that's incredible. Even though they're in different spots. So, Star-Lord, I just think has better character development than Vision.
Well, he was born yesterday.
He was just born yesterday. Not really, guys. It's just.
Oh, or was it? I was just born today. I forget. I was one of those. I was just born today. Yeah, I was. I forgot. I was reading it. Yeah.
And he basically he can phase. I mean, like Vision can phase through things.
He never uses doors.
And he doesn't.
In Civil War, he makes that very clear because he just phases through the wall.
He doesn't understand what privacy is.
Like the first 15 minutes he walks into Wanda's room through the wall instead of using the door, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll just use the door when he leaves or whatever." And just, I don't know.
Not only that, he's funny, and also like his he can shoot with the Mind Stone, but and phase through things, but that's it.
Shoot with the
He
can use the Mind Stone's energy as a projectile to blast villains.
Yeah, that's basically all he can do. He still has the computer aspect of he knows things, but like that's like analyzing.
But that's because he's Jarvis in a body.
But so, back to Star-Lord. Star-Lord is a much better character. I love a character that has a lot of problems, but like.
Oh my goodness.
I do.
I love you. That's just the weirdest way to say it, though. I like characters who have trouble, go through troubling times and overcome it. Would be a better way of saying it. Instead of saying it, I love people who have problems.
I love characters that have to overcome problems who are seen as underdogs, seen as not very serious. People don't take them serious,
and then they overcome it.
Yeah,
in the end,
you see at the end of the very first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, he
earns their trust,
and they become one.
Friends,
literally, because they touch each other. What's the stone that
I'm sorry for laughing, but the way you said they touch each. Wait, what did it touch? What stone?
The stone.
The what stone?
The stone that.
Which stone? I'm so confused.
The purple stone.
The Power Stone?
The Power Stone. You remember the Oh my gosh, what is his name? He's not the Destroyer. He's the Rohan? No, he's not. Whoever they're fighting at the end of the movie, he has the
Ronan the Accuser, or Ronan
that guy.
Something like that.
Star-Lord grabs the Power Stone, and then the others are they become one. They hold hands, they hold shoulders, like they become one to take care of the power from the Power Stone. As far as
to take care of the power from the Power Stone. That's actually, you know what? That's a brilliant way of putting it. No, that's a brilliant way of putting it, actually. That's probably the only way I could think of to actually put it, because it wouldn't have made sense to say it any other way. It just sounds funny.
Because, I'm sorry, stop. Don't make fun of me because I said touching.
No, it's true though.
Star-Lord would have died if they didn't step up to help him.
And then they put it back in the orb.
Yeah.
The little round orb thingy. Yes. And then they sold it to the collector, right?
Or
did they just take it to the collector to open it?
They again? Took it, I thought they took it to the collector to keep it safe.
The collector,
Wasn't it in the
because he had that
Infinity War where Thanos went to the collector and was taking the stone back?
That he took that stone and he took the Reality Stone, the red stone, because Thor and them gave it to him.
Yeah, so
I wish the Soul Stone was in Heimdall though. That would have been such a cool
Yeah, because Heimdall is amazing.
For one, he has this little yellow gem. He has a yellow gem in the chest part, and he has yellow eyes and can see every soul. He says it in the movie. He sees 10 trillion souls, or whatever he said. So it would have made sense and would have been cool if he had the Soul Stone.
Yeah, and he oh my.
The only that makes sense because
Guys,
yeah.
He is a great character. I love him.
I wonder if they're gonna have the Soul Stone in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because Adam's supposed to be in it, and Adam Warlock is famous for having the stone. He's one of the.
I am so excited. About movie.
He's the one character who's had the Soul Stone the most, because he's like.
I am so excited because Adam Warlock is played by Will Poulter, and
we love Will Poulter.
I love Will Poulter.
He's a good actor.
He's a very good actor.
Yeah.
In anything he's played in that we've seen.
Who's number 7 for you?
Number 7, Ant-Man.
Sandman. I know what you're thinking. Okay, hold on. Before you flame me in the comments, No Way Home, he saved Peter's life from getting zapped by Electro, and he didn't honestly want to be evil. Let's be honest. He only became evil for his daughter. Let's be honest. So I don't count him as a real villain.
At the end of the third Spider-Man,
No Way Home, yeah.
Well, not both that one and the
Tobey Maguire movies, yeah.
one. Yeah, he's a good guy.
So that's why I don't count him as a real villain. Even though technically he's classified as a villain, I don't really count him as one.
Hero, because he's like Scott Lang too, where he did everything for his daughter.
Exactly.
And he had no choice. Well, you guys know that everybody has a choice, but at the time they didn't have a choice.
And he didn't intentionally kill Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Like
no,
he didn't like the gun just accidentally went off. So it's not like he intentionally was trying to kill. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why Peter Parker in the third Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, he forgives Sandman and lets him go.
I think when we address Spider-Man 3 and Spider-Man No Way Home, we should just say Spider-Man No Way Home so we can differentiate between the two, because it's just confusing.
If you guys hear No Way Home or Spider-Man 3, you know which one we're talking about.
Yeah, so.
Also, yeah, I agree. Like, Sandman, I also like him in the Marvel Ultimate Spider-Man.
That doesn't count, though. But
I know, but, like, I just love that Sandman as a character too.
I think Sandman has one of the coolest powers ever.
He's also one of those overpowered characters too.
Except I think he's one of the coolest.
He can't do heat. But
he's got one. I think he's got one of the coolest powers of like any superhero in the MCU. One of. I'm not saying he has the most coolest power. I'm just saying he's got one of. He's got to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, Ant-Man was my number 7, and we've talked about Ant-Man. So, my number 6 is Winter Soldier.
Black Panther was my number 6.
We were close though to each other. Winter Soldier, yeah, he was brainwashed. Before he was just Bucky, and he was a soldier, like a good guy. He was there for Steve. Always protecting him, always being a great friend to him, being like a brother.
Reminds me of Sam a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. When he's brainwashed, it's very sad because he has to fight Captain America and stuff. But once he remembers and he changes sides and everything, like just his character development is amazing. And see. Did you watch Winter Soldier and the Falcon?
I watched a little bit of it, but not like the whole thing. I
watched it, and seeing two people who had fought beside Captain America go off each other, it really was great to see Bucky, who respected Cap a lot and was saw it as an honor to receive the shield. Mm-hmm. And he helped Falcon see that.
Right.
And they became good friends and stuff. They weren't the best of friends. They were more like rivals, but I loved it. I loved the whole relationship, and then him fighting out Wakanda, and just like all his fight scenes were amazing. I can't really see much except for just seeing his growth and seeing him, even though he's changed, seeing him change for the better.
Yeah.
Really good. And always having faith in Cap. Cap is awesome. So why Black Panther for you?
I like his. What's the word? I like the fact that they actually show his struggle of balancing being Black Panther but also being a king at the same time, and trying to do what's right for his people while at the same time also wanting to
expand.
Expand, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it's nice to see him have some character growth where he, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. And he's my number 5. Seeing, um, when I remember when we first see him in Civil War, you know, we did, well, David and I knew what Black Panther was like, because we watched all the cartoons and stuff with Black Panther. But seeing him on the big screen, it was awesome. So seeing his, seeing him for the first time and seeing his fights and everything, and then his siding with, I think it was Iron Man, right?
Yeah, because he was fight. Yeah, because he was fighting Bucky because Bucky killed. He thinks Bucky killed his dad.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get revenge or whatever.
Seeing the whole fight and everything, but also when Black Panther came out and we watched it, seeing, yeah, like you said, seeing him balance Black Panther and King, also breaking the traditions, seeing that change, you have to change with time.
Right.
If you stay the same, you would never grow.
Right.
And also his relationship with his sister Sherry is so...
it's Sherry. Funny.
It's funny.
It's great. It's amazing. A great sibling connection.
Yeah, and seeing his compassion for Killmonger.
True.
Also acknowledging that the way that things have been going on were not the... I guess... didn't have to stay the way that they were.
And I also like to see the fact in Black Panther that he felt bad that they left him behind, his cousin behind. Like, yeah, he killed him, but he in the end, he did deep down kind of feel bad and sorrowful for him.
I mean, their fight was amazing as far as their talking also, him trying to make him change his mind. Also, that he was going to heal him, get him healed.
But, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, I just like to see that he had a caring side and not just the bloodthirsty whatever that they showed in Civil War. Like, to me, that's not Black Panther in Civil War. Like, like, he has character growth. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know.
Also, letting Winter Soldier stay in Wakanda to heal and everything.
Right.
That had to take a lot of, like, I don't know. What's the word? A lot of,
strength, courage,
not
respect.
Courage, but, like, a lot to forgive, to have forgiven Winter Soldier enough to let him come and stay in his country.
Yeah.
And then his fights and stuff were... I mean, I don't know how to explain how much I love Black Panther. He was a great character in Chadwick Boseman.
Rest in peace, bro.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. You died too soon.
You left us too soon.
I miss seeing you in the movies.
Yeah.
You were so amazing.
Very talented actor.
Very, very, very talented. Also, it took a lot for you, bro, to play Black Panther. Hearing all about what you did, it was like, wow, you really love the character that much to play through pain and through having cancer. That's amazing to me.
It takes a lot of courage.
It takes a lot of courage, dedication.
Yeah, dedication, I would say.
That's true.
And willpower. Power.
Yeah. Who was your number 5?
Wait, did you say who number 5 was for you? Oh, Black Panther. Mine is Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
Andrew Garfield.
I
love Tom Holland, and Tom Holland will always be number 1, but Andrew Garfield... Andrew Garfield, I need to put this out there. All you Andrew Garfield haters out there, shut up, okay? Back off, okay, dude? Andrew Garfield gets too much hate for his... he did really good, in my opinion. I love his Spider-Man.
Here's the thing, okay? And I'm going to agree with this, because I'm not about to argue that point. When I had seen the first two Amazing Spider-Man movies,
Mm-hmm.
and just disliked them a lot. When he came in to play in the No Way Home, what happened? Like his character was it was different to me.
What do you mean
I think it has to do with the director.
Why do you think that the first two Amazing Spider-Man movies were bad?
I feel like his acting was to the extent that it should have been. As far as like, he wasn't very serious in certain parts of the movie that I thought he should have been. I did. Okay, here's what I've always said.
Spider-Man's not a dark and brooding character.
I liked his Peter Parker better than his Spider-Man. For Tobey Maguire, it's the opposite. I like his Spider-Man better than his Peter Parker. For Tom Holland, I like his Peter Parker and his Spider-Man. But in No Way Home, I loved Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Peter Parker. It felt like he was more mature. I guess that's the whole thing.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in that one as well. I think that both Andrew and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Peter Parker's were better in No Way Home. Mainly the reason I say I like Tobey's is because I think he was like a mentor. He had that mentor, more old, more age, more experience kind of feel to him. I like, you know,
that's
you know
what
I mean?
I liked about.
But still has that like Spider-Man good fighting style to him, where he can still fight and like is really still pretty good at it.
Like for Tobey Maguire, his Spider-Man in No Way Home felt like Peter B. Parker in the Into the Spider-Verse.
Right, and that's what I liked about about it.
And honestly, I like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in No Way Home better than Peter B. Parker in Into the Spider-Verse. Just gonna throw that out there. I really didn't like Peter B. Parker. I know. Come at me, bro.
I mean, I liked them fine, but I mean, I like Miles better. I was more of a Miles fan in that
Miles.
movie. But, you know.
Man, that's a whole nother subject.
That's a whole nother can of worms. But I'm just saying, I think Andrew doesn't get the credit he deserves, and I think that's unfair. Because only I would say about 5% of people actually like Andrew Garfield. Everybody else likes Tobey and Tom. And I can understand why a lot of people would like Tobey because they grew up with it and it's nostalgic.
It's like the original.
Here's why I don't like the Tobey Maguire movies. Not just because Tobey Maguire looks too old to be in high school, and they should have done it where he was in college already, because he looks more like a college student, if anything. Mm-hmm. But I don't like MJ in those movies. I think MJ is garbage. Come at me, bro.
That's why I said Spider-Man is the only best part in the whole.
I know
thing because
every time she's on screen, she drives me nuts. I cannot, and that's why I have to give the Amazing Spider-Man credit, is because I think the love story was done better.
Gwen Stacy was way better.
Like, yeah, it was gross to me because I don't really like love, but I still like their. I feel like their love connection was more real.
Yeah.
And that could also be because when they were filming those movies, Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone were actually dating at the time, so that could be one reason why it felt more real. But I liked their connection better, and I liked his Peter Parker, even though man didn't like it. I liked his Spider-Man. I liked his Spider-Man too. I just thought the choreography or whatever was great. That's again just my opinion. And I'm kind of really sad that they didn't make Amazing Spider-Man 3, because I mean, because they left off.
If they make another one,
because they left off on a plot hole in the second movie, so that's another reason why.
That's another reason I don't like it. It's because they left off with him fighting Rhino.
But on top of that, Gwen died, and I was like...
That too.
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't have any other ideas or something. Well, but no, because they also hinted at they're doing the Sinister Six thingy in there too, at the end. And I know this because I watched it recently, because it just recently came on Disney+. But that's just my opinion. I still like him better than Tobey. He's my second favorite. If I had to pick, he's my second favorite. I will say that Toby's is kind of unique though, because he can actually just like make his web organically, unlike Toby and Tom, or Tom and Andrews, because they have to use web shooters, while Toby can just like go,
I understand.
He has like unlimited supply, but Andrew there's downsides to that as well, because Andrew and Tom's can like make different types of webbing, like shock webs and stuff like that, while Toby's can't, because it's in his body, but he can make more of it, so he's not gonna run out. Unlike you, I don't know. No, there's just ups and downs for each Spider-Man. And there's reasons why I like each Spider-Man individually. Like there's just you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I would. Yeah, I can. I'm the same way.
Miles is my favorite though out of the Spider-Verse people.
Me too.
Just saying.
Miles. Miles.
Well, so far we haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse, and we haven't seen Beyond. Well, Beyond the Spider-Verse is not out yet, but when it does come out, we're gonna watch it.
He's probably mad at me because I have refused to watch Across the Spider-Verse because it's gonna have a cliffhanger, and I don't like cliffhangers, guys.
They have to though, because it's supposed to be a two-parter.
I know it, and that's why if I know it's a two-parter, I rather wait until the second part comes out.
And Beyond the Spider-Verse should be coming out soon, so you don't have to wait that long, hopefully.
Which is great. So yeah, we might do a movie review on those two movies once they've come out and we've watched them.
A lot of people say it's probably the best sequel to a follow-up great movie ever.
If we did a ranking of the Spider-Man movies, I would say right now that the Into the Spider-Verse is number one for me. Hands down.
Yeah.
But that's a different video, guys.
Anyway, what's your number 4?
Thor.
Thor's not even on my list. Honorable mention, sorry, Thor. Only reason is because I forgot about him. That's the only reason. I don't know why, I just forgot about him.
Who's your number 4?
Groot. I like Groot. I'm sorry, but Groot to me is awesome. Groot is a useful character, but Groot's a useful...
All versions. Baby Groot, Teenage Groot, and Big Groot. All of them.
Groot is a very useful character, though. And Groot, I don't know. Groot's just awesome. I like
hilarious.
Groot. And he's played by Vin Diesel, so...
Yeah, I love the second movie. The scene where Rocket's like, do not press this button. Do not tell me how to do it. I am Groot.
Yeah.
No, don't touch the button!
Yeah.
I love Baby Groot a lot.
It's been a while since I've seen it. I don't even remember the second movie. Maybe because I wasn't paying attention. So I don't know why, but I don't know.
I want to watch the third one now. So.
No, never mind. I was gonna say we should have a movie marathon with the Guardian movies and just rewatch all. That way we watch all 3 of them in sync.
We should, and also let's do a movie review on the third movie because I want to do that.
We could.
Yeah. Thor, hilarious. Great dynamic with not only Loki and all
Loki's
the other characters, but also Hulk.
I prefer Loki better. Just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying between the two brothers, I prefer Loki also, just because he's more funny.
Out of all the trilogy movies of
spin-offs. What did you say? Spin-offs
of the movie. All 3 Thor movies I love. I know number 2 gets a lot of hate.
4.
And I don't understand
we haven't seen 4 yet, but it's to be honest, I know, but yeah.
The 4th one, I could care less.
I know.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard terrible things about it.
Yeah, they tried to mix 2 different mythologies together, and it just doesn't work.
But I loved all 3 of the 3 movies.
Why does everybody hate Dark World?
I forget.
It's probably my favorite out of the Thor movies.
Yeah.
It's not second favorite out of the 4 movies.
I would say the second movie is my favorite, then the third, then the first.
First movie was probably the weakest in my opinion of the 3, but it was they had every movie's like that though. You have to introduce.
It's the same with Captain America. I think the first one.
Yeah, Captain America. Batman Begins, I would say, was probably in that category as well. But they're usually slow. Beginning movies usually are slower.
Yeah.
Because it's the star of that character's story.
But Thor is hilarious. He's comedic. I love every single fight he's in. I love when he's very serious and when he just one of the best characters in Avengers.
Honorable mention for me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I just forgot
The
about
one
him.
movie I didn't really care for him is Endgame. Except, like, for the... Like, when he's fat.
Yeah, when he's got that beer belly.
Yeah. But I can understand because he was, like, in a deep depression and everything. But his dynamic with the Guardians is hilarious, and I love it.
Yeah.
And his...
Makes Stormbreaker. Groot helped out with that. That's another reason why I like Groot, because he created Stormbreaker.
And also,
Which
like, with, Loki, every single scene he is with Loki is hilarious, and I love that. I love his brotherly love with his brother. Who's yours is Groot, right?
Mm-hmm. For number 4, yeah.
Number 3 is Captain America for me.
Iron Man for me, but only because of his heroic sacrifice at the end of Endgame, or what?
Yeah, it was Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame. That's the only reason.
Captain America was one of the characters I didn't like in the very beginning. But
sadly, Captain America didn't make my list either. Sorry.
Yeah. When I watched the Captain America movies and all the Avenger movies and everything that he was in, guys, I love the man. Not Chris Evans. I love Captain America. Okay, let's make that clear. Everything that Cap stands for, everything that he, like his decisions and like his Civil War, I agreed. I was a Captain America side. Like the side of Captain America.
I did not like Captain America that much in for like the first like 2 acts in Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
It was
just because he felt too bossy, and I get it. No, it was because he's too bossy. In my opinion,
he's a great leader. He cares for all his friends. He's loyal. He is humble.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much. There's just so many good qualities about Captain America. Definitely would be on his side. I thought it was gonna be on Iron Man's side, but I mean, to be honest, I was on Captain America's side, but I still love all of the characters that were in the fight. You know, cared for all of them.
But
Captain
I
America's
was on
side.
either one side in Civil War, but only for 2 reasons. One, I liked both of them equally at that point. Like up to that point, I started to like Cap more. But 2, also because you can understand both points of views. Because Iron Man's trying to kill Bucky. Because Iron Man's trying to kill Bucky, and Cap doesn't want that because Bucky's his friend. But Bucky also killed Iron Man, so Iron Man wants to get revenge for. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you can see both sides, and that's why I can't be on either. That's why I can't be on either one's side.
Right.
With Civil War.
Yeah.
Like neither one of them is wrong, really.
He also treats each individual Avenger differently as far as according to who they are.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't treat them all like the same as like for Hulk, he has to talk Hulk's language. As far as like Hulk smash that thing in there.
That was a good line in the Avenger movie, the original Avenger movie. That was great.
He also is very good at giving instructions and like he's a great leader. You would want to follow him.
Sometimes he can be a little bit over bossy, but you know. Like I said in Avengers, in the beginning, first 2 acts of Avengers, he was pretty bossy, but you know, he eventually, was bossy in a good way.
So
I
you
guess.
had Iron Man number 3.
Yes.
Any other reason besides because he sacrificed?
Or
just the same reasons as I did when I did in the beginning? Well,
I'm gonna go back to the Iron Man movies just for a second because he's so low on my list. I had to go back to the Iron Man movies to explain because you had it higher up or low, lower or down. I liked Iron Man 1 when I first watched it. I don't remember how old I was when I first watched Iron Man, like the first movie, and I didn't start watching the other 2 till like fairly recently. I liked Iron Man 1 in that he made mistakes and he was a little bit humble. Like he wasn't like, in-game humble, but he humbled just slightly because he tried to right his wrongs by destroying the weapons he created to save the world, even though everybody else was like getting mad at him for wanting to do so, for shutting down the program or whatever.
Right.
Iron Man 2, he's kind of dying, and he's dying from his whatever
Poison.
and gets a little bit more humble because he finds out his dad actually did love him, which kind of softens his heart a little bit, and he gets over his feud with, what's his name again? Rhodey? Yeah, Rhodey. Sorry, I always forget some of these people's names, but yeah, Rhodey. They become friends again. Rhodey flies a lot. And I think unlike you, I liked Iron Man 3 because to me that's where he got the most development up till Endgame. That's when he got the most of the development ever out of the Iron Man movies because he kind of humbled himself a little bit, knowing because he had anxiety from the Avenger movie.
Right.
And he was creating a bunch of suits and all that stuff to protect the world from something like that happening again. Because he feared, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because he feared about that happening again. But he eventually overcome that and learned and to let go of the past and to let go of his fear and destroy the suits he had created to. And you know what I mean? Like he is Iron Man without the suits. He realized that he didn't need the suits to be him.
And because he learned that is why he was able to teach Peter Parker that if he didn't have the suit, who is he?
Right. That's why I think that was a great callback. That's why I think that was a great callback for in the movie. I was about to say that. I was like, that movie had a great callback to Iron Man 3 when he had to destroy all his suits and realized that he doesn't need to give into his fear because he will always be Iron Man without the suits. The suits isn't what makes him him. He is what makes himself him. If that makes sense. Like he is not dependent on the suits to be a good person or be a hero or whatever. Like I don't know. That's just me, but I just think that again, that's the most development we get until Endgame or whatever. Cause he is kind of like still kind of like naive or whatever in Ultron and all that stuff. But until Endgame when he dies and he gets like full like character, what's the word, resolve or whatever. That's probably the most amount of character development we get until then. Like in my opinion, that's just like I don't know.
No, really, true. It's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But
number 2 for me is Loki. Now, don't you dare tell me that he's not an anti-hero. Okay?
I think he's an anti-hero.
Look at all the evidence.
At least you put him above Thor, so I'm happy. I like Loki better than Thor.
Guys, I can't wait. I love Loki so much.
Okay.
I've loved him ever since he was first introduced in Captain America. Oh, not Captain America. Thor. The first Thor.
Yeah, the first Thor movie.
Sorry, not Captain America. Thor. I love the struggle he goes through. I love not knowing if he's good or bad or whatever, but every time he does something, does the right thing or like shows emotion towards like in the second movie when his mother dies.
Right.
Woo! I loved the Loki series, the TV series, the show. Love it. I can't wait until second season.
I didn't watch all of that. Sorry, guys. I saw some clips because they were watching it, and I was like going in and out of the living room. Yeah. But I did stick around enough to see some of it, like the courtroom scene. I saw a little bit of that, and that was pretty much it. I think I saw a scene where Owen Wilson was like a little bit of the scene where Owen Wilson's character was talking to him. But other than that, I didn't really watch the show like they did.
He is hilarious. Tom Hiddleston does an amazing job.
I think he does pretty good as Loki. I think he's probably the only character I could see playing Loki, to be honest.
I will say
only
that
person,
before watching anything with Loki in it, like for Tom Hiddleston's Loki was one of the characters I hated in the like TV series.
Right.
Like a animated TV series. He was not like the Loki that's in the MCU, where he's like He really does care. And you find out in the Loki series that he really didn't want to do any of the bad stuff. Like, he really didn't want to hurt people. Which you would know if you watched the series. And it confirmed to me that he was an anti-hero who, like, he did some bad stuff.
I never thought that Loki was, like, really, really bad, though. Like, to be honest, like, I never thought... I thought he was just, like...
He was a character who seemed like he was trying to act the role of a villain.
I know, but, like... But even if you haven't seen the Loki series, even if you just watch the movies with him in it, you can kind of see his struggle of... You know, like trying to find his acceptance, trying to find out who he is, trying... You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of see that... in the other movies. You don't have to watch the Loki series to get those little bits of him, being
also,
you know what I mean?
Like, I still don't understand why people don't like Thor 2, because Loki was hilarious.
I think Loki was genius. Like, it was genius writing. Like, everybody says it's so long and boring, but like... Ta-da. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it.
Yeah.
Ta-da, yeah, like ta-da. Ta-da. Yeah.
Also, his sacrifice in Infinity War, where he tries to save Thor and Thanos kills him.
Like, yeah, he I don't know, man. He tries. Like, he tries to. Yeah. I don't know. He tried.
I don't know.
I
love it. I just love it. I love his dynamic in the Loki series with Owen Wilson. It is so funny. There's this one line. He's like, "I promise that I'll never try to kill you." And Owen Wilson's character is like, "Loki, I know you. You've tried to stab so and so in the back 70 plus times." Like, he's talking about like. He's always trying to kill someone. Like,
yeah, true.
Like, I don't want to kill somebody. Like, he doesn't want to hurt people. Like,
but Loki is in Norse mythology. Technically, Loki is the god of mischief and pranks and stuff. God of mischief doesn't mean that you really kill anyone. It's just that you cause little havocs, like you. I don't know. When I hear mischief, I think of like getting into trouble,
but not like killing people.
But you get in trouble when you kill somebody. Am I wrong?
True. But I mean, like, pranks. That's what I think.
Yeah, but pranks kill too. Some people have done deadly pranks.
Yeah.
Or pranks gone wrong. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Once it gets to that degree, I don't think it's a prank anymore.
I mean, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is a prank, and the prank just sometimes goes wrong, or something malfunctions in the prank, and then I don't know.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, for my honorable mentions, I have Hulk, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Hawkeye, Groot, Rocket, Drax, Gamora, Shuri, and Falcon.
Shuri? Who's Shuri again? I forget who Shuri is. It's been a while, okay? Give me a break. I always forget this. It's been a while since I've seen them, okay? Give me a break. Also, I should have done my homework.
I forgot what the warrior...
Oh, the bald lady from Black Panther.
And Nikita.
Yeah, I forget what her name is.
Black Panther's girlfriend /
Scarlet Witch isn't even on my list. Like, or an honorable mention.
Who's your honorable mentions?
Black Widow and Hawkeye and Rocket. Pretty much the Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Widow, Hawkeye. Who else did you go on your list? Doctor Strange. I was gonna put Doctor Strange on that list, but then I was like, no, I'm not going to. And who else was I gonna put on there?
There was one more person I was going to do.
Quicksilver. That's who I was going to do. Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch, I don't like.
I'll add whoever else I can think of.
Scarlet Witch. If we were doing a top 10 worst superheroes, Scarlet Witch would be number 1 for me. I dislike her that much. I'm
kind of like with Black Widow for me. I think certain parts that
she's got witch in her name.
Yeah.
She's got witch in her name. Which is why she's evil. You watched WandaVision. I know you watched WandaVision.
I watched part of it.
You know how dark it gets.
It does get dark, and then
And she literally, have you seen, I don't know, I saw a clip where she literally looked like a demon. Like, she had, like pointy So you cannot tell me she ain't evil. You cannot tell me that.
I think that she's to her breaking point.
Look at me dead in the eye and tell me that she's not evil.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, my number 1 is Spider-Man Tom Holland. The Tom Holland Spider-Man.
I think that's a good choice. I would say that's a very good choice.
Okay. Here's the thing. Tom Holland has the baby face. Like me.
So you like baby face people?
No.
Okay.
It's that they picked somebody who looks the age that Peter Parker should.
I also forgot to mention
number
War
1.
Machine on that list of honorable mentions about War Machine. Sorry.
Same here. I forgot. I'll add whoever.
And Bucky, but anyway, go ahead. What were you gonna say? He looks the age.
He looks the age. Tom Holland is an amazing actor, so he acts. I mean, like when I think of Peter Parker being a teenager, I think of the way that Tom Holland portrays him, where he doesn't really understand the world, and he doesn't really understand how to be a hero, how to, like, he's still
learning,
tries to do the right thing, but ends up making a mess of things, or like
every hero does.
Trying to find the balance of being a hero and being Peter Parker, and he's also going under a secret identity, unlike a lot of the heroes that were on our list,
right? Where
they know the identity of the character.
But that's just a common like trope for Spider-Man, is that he has to be
I know, but yeah, I know. So his Peter Parker is amazing. I love Ned as his.
I liked him better than Harry.
Oh yes, way better than Harry.
Just saying. I'm sorry, guys. If you're Harry fans, we're sorry for saying that, but that's just our opinion.
I also think that Zendaya plays an amazing MJ, and Tom Holland and her have a good dynamic, and that was before they even started dating. Okay, you got to admit that.
Huh? I have to what? No, wait. I have to what?
That they had a great dynamic before they started dating.
But what am I supposed to admit to it?
To agree on that.
I was gonna say she's a better MJ than what's her face from Kristen Dunst or
something like that.
Kristen Dunst. I like her MJ better. I'm just saying. I like Zendaya's portrayal better.
Yeah.
But for me, Emma Stone will always be number 1. I like Gwen Stacy better. I'm sorry, but Gwen Stacy to me was just a better. I'm sorry, but I like the love story better for it. I just like their love story better. I just think it's better. I'm sorry.
So, and also his Spider-Man is amazing. Also, I love his suit, but more importantly, I just love how the banter that Spider-Man does with
Karen.
With Karen, but also like with the villains and with the superheroes. When he first comes into Civil War, he's like, and Falcon's like, there's usually not this much talking in when you're fighting. Like all his lines are hilarious, and he's also like the kid on the new block and everything. Like,
you mean the new kid on the block?
Oh my gosh. What is it today?
The block with the new kid? What?
I'm so tired, guys. It's been a rainy day, and the rain does this to me. So
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I
agree. I think Tom did a better portrayal of Spider-Man than
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, yeah. I mean, better than Tobey Maguire's for sure. I would definitely say that. Andrew is a close second.
And Tom's are pretty good. But as far as being both, Tom hits the nail with the coffin or whatever. He
hits the nail on the head.
Yeah, like he. Gosh.
Puts the nail in the coffin. Is that what you're trying to say?
He fits the bill for both at the same time. Well, like I said, Andrew Garfield played a good Peter Parker.
The only thing I would have to say about Tom is that would be negative, that I still think that he and Andrew have the same thing in common, where he jokes a little bit too much with the villains instead of being serious in some spots.
I don't know, because like
to me,
remember Marvel's Ultimate Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me of that. But that kind of humorous thing. I mean, but he knew how to get serious at certain points too. Like, I don't know. I just like when I think of. Oh,
I'm not saying that Tom isn't superior to Andrew or Toby. Mm-hmm. I still think that he's the best Spider-Man besides Miles in the live action universe. Mm-hmm. He's the best Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Period. Like this is a given. I'm just saying, like I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I just think he's kind of childish too. At some points, I'm not saying that.
Oh yeah,
I just think
to
he's more
be honest,
childish.
I kind of expect it because he's supposed to be 15.
That is true. He is, but
he's not supposed to be because. Have you ever met a 15-year-old who never acted like a child at times?
I mean, Andrew Garfield was kind of the same way as Tom if we're going to be doing that.
Well, that's why I say he's a better Peter Parker, but not as good as Spider-Man.
Yeah, true.
In my opinion. But this is just my opinion.
Also, Tom has the unfair advantage of living in a universe where Tony Stark exists, so he has the nanotechnology advantage.
Yeah, but I like that
which is sad.
Like, at the end of the third movie that he goes back to his regular suit.
Yeah.
And he makes, also, I really hope they do more with him in the future. I know that he had a contract and it ended, but I would love it if they bring Tom back because I want to see the new Avengers. That's
right.
Where
Spider-Man leads, yeah.
He's the leader, and they've already introduced several other characters that are part of the new Avengers. So I hope that's it's being set up.
I liked the Spider-Man designs in the No Way Home movie. I thought they were great. In my opinion, I just thought that the suits looked good. In my opinion.
It was my wish for all three of them. Like I think that when we heard after we watched the first one, I'm like, wouldn't it be amazing if all three of the Spider-Man came together?
I think that this would be a perfect time for Andrew to have another movie. Another reason would be because they're doing this whole Spider-Verse thing, and they already did that with No Way Home, where they, whatever. This would be the perfect time for them to introduce Spider-Gwen into Andrew's universe, because Andrew's universe's Gwen died, and then then Gwen Stacy from another universe could come and help Andrew with a villain. You know what I mean? I think it would be cool because then Emma Stone could come back.
Yeah, not only that, but he kind of deserves a third movie, especially since all the other Spider-Man got 3 movies of their own. We're not counting the movies that Spider-Man was.
Plus, but also this would give another chance for Emma Stone to come back because Emma Stone because she could just come back and play the same Gwen, but just from a different universe. Instead of it being like
So I'm sorry, we haven't even gotten David's number 1.
I didn't get to my number 2 either because you just blew past me.
Who was your
with your honorable mentions? You went straight to honorable mentions and stuff. Hulk. And here's why. I feel bad for Banner mostly. Because Banner didn't. I see a lot more of my anger in Banner. I relate to him more because when I get angry, I want to smash everything inside too. Or at least I did until I started getting more in control of my anger and stuff. But when I was like that, I related to Banner heavily because he doesn't want to be a monster and smash everything in sight and like all that stuff. Like he doesn't want that. He was forced to do that. He was not forced, but like he was unexpectedly turned into this. He didn't ask for this to happen to him. He didn't ask to have uncontrollable anger and all that stuff.
Right.
Kind of like me. I did not really want to hurt anybody, but I still got mad. So I kind of maybe that's just why I relate. He is a very good
character to relate to as far as dealing with how to handle anger and...
I don't know. I just relate to him so much. I don't know. But that's just me. And then my number 1 was Venom. And the only reason I put him...
before any of you argue that he's not part of the MCU, there is 2 clips at the end of 2 different movies where he was in the MCU.
He was at the
technically,
end of... What was he at the end of? At the end of Spider-Man Far From Home and then Spider-Man No Way Home, right?
Yeah.
At the end?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Which,
Because
okay, they
first-
might make another one, though. They might need another Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland in it because they teased that a part of him got left behind. So,
Right.
I don't know. That would be
Yes.
dope, but...
There you go.
Or they could just do full circle and just do like a Venom for Andrew Garfield's movie,
Yeah.
next movie, because that would be dope.
Yeah, and I love. We watched Venom, and I loved it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
I was thinking about watching it again today, but I decided not to.
Dog trying to get in.
But I like Venom. Venom's probably my favorite. Why did I go all British there? My favorite. He's my favorite. Probably my favorite character in the MCU. Period. Like, I don't know. There's just something cool about Venom.
And the cool thing, I mean, like, I love his dynamic with Eddie.
Yeah.
His relationship with Eddie.
You do realize that they have to eat people's heads or brains because if they don't, they go insane. They either have to eat brains or they have to eat chocolate.
And
It's part of their comic
That's why
lore.
he's an anti-hero where he'll... But they came to a agreement.
I mean, he's
that
an
they only eat
anti-hero in
bad
Venom
guys.
2 as well.
Because
he has to fight Carnage.
They have
Which we haven't seen yet. I still kind of really want to watch Venom 2. Just so we can get caught up. Because they are probably going to be making a Venom 3 and I want to be caught up. But they... I don't know.
The agreement.
And Woody Harrelson did great as Cletus Cassidy. I think he did, like, he nailed that performance, in my opinion. But I'm just saying he did. I thought he was great.
No, I agree.
I also like how both of their characters, like the symbiotes and the characters themselves, like the normal human characters or whatever, they relate to their symbiotes in different ways because Carnage and Cletus are both enraged and like crazy and dumb, or not dumb, but like crazy and wanting to kill people, like bloodthirsty and stuff. While and like like that kind of thing.
Right.
But Venom and Eddie can work together and be smart because they are using two brains to think of like.
Well, not only
you know
that,
what I mean?
but they've come to like an agreement of
Which is why
of what they will and won't do.
Yeah, they actually have morals and boundaries.
I love
And I think it's cool because you can see the similarities and differences between their hosts and like the symbiotes themselves.
The first,
You know what I mean?
The first movie was kind of dark, but it was so hilarious, especially when they're riding the motorcycle through.
I think
and like Venom just keeps on.
that's why I think Venom would be Carnage every time because he has the brain I feel because this is again one of those like it's like that question which one would win, brains or brawn, and I think brains would win every time because I'm just saying because you can beat somebody up or whatever if you're like really big and tough and strong. But if you don't have any brains, you're gonna get outsmarted and get trapped.
I think that's also why Hulk is so strong, is because at times he does have the smarts as far as like because he is Banner too.
Especially World Breaker Hulk. That guy's like that's the strongest form of Hulk ever. Well, yeah, he's crazy. But not as crazy as Cassidy.
Oh no.
But yeah, I do really want to watch that movie just so I can get caught up and understand like what's whatever. Because here's the thing, I hope that the next Venom movie has Toxin and Anti-Venom.
Anti-Venom
and Venom and Anti-Venom team up to defeat Toxin.
Wouldn't it be hilarious? Well, not hilarious. Okay, why would I say that? Wouldn't it be cool if they had another Spider-Man movie with Venom in it, and like Peter gets a little bit of Venom and comes up with anti-Venom.
Oh, we do.
But then they end up having to take down anti-Venom instead, and then Flash would become Venom, Ancient Venom.
That would be dope, actually. I would be down to see that.
Since they left a piece of Venom there.
Or they could just they could just go down the whole, just be simply Agent Venom part and just leave out the whole Anti-Venom
My
role.
question is, why would they leave Flash a part of the Spider-Man universe, but they didn't bring Harry into it?
I thought you said you didn't want Flash to be Venom though, because you said you would much prefer Eddie.
I do, but like I'm trying
But
to figure out what they could probably do.
True.
And plus, I did like Flash more in the third
Yeah.
No Way Home movie.
But plus, Eddie Brock was never established in Tom Holland universe, so it'd have to be Flash.
So that's the only reasonable thing I could think of because Harry is not in the universe, or at least they haven't shown him in the universe yet, and they haven't mentioned anything about Oscorp or any of that kind of stuff.
There is actually two reasons why I think the next villain for Venom would be Toxin. One, because for one, he's Carnage's kid, and so it would just make sense to do another, like, do a movie with Carnage's offspring, you know, and like continue the generations or whatever. But I also think it would just be. But I also think it's him because I think there was like a clip where the security guard or whatever, his eyes go like blue, and I think in the comics the security guard that gets Toxin, his eyes glow like blue or whatever. So that's why, and it would be cool because again, it's Carnage's kid, and even Carnage apparently in the comics, Carnage is afraid of Toxin too. So, but I'm saying it would be dope because then if they bring Anti-Venom and the Venom and Anti-Venom can help each other and defeat Toxin from you know what I mean? It would just make sense to bring Anti-Venom in as well because Anti-Venom basically like devours other, well not devours but like he like burns other like symbiotes like that because he's like he like devours the things or whatever.
Basically like
Anti-Venom is probably my favorite symbiote out of the symbiotes. I'm just saying, like, if we were talking about symbiotes, he's probably my favorite as far as like design wise. I think his design is like dope. But Venom is probably and so Venom would be like my second if we're doing whatever. But like if we're just talking about like normal Marvel characters, it's Venom all the way for me. But I'm just saying, I think that would be dope.
I think that would be dope too. I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah, and hopefully they give Anti-Venom those really dope teeth that Venom has. Or maybe they'll actually keep to his design where he's got like a glowing orange mouth and like glowing orange eyes or whatever. Because like I don't know, or they'll just make him clear like Carnage and Venom. I don't know. Or not clear, but like white.
We'll have to
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm very excited for that. I hope Anti-Venom comes in. Because Anti-Venom would be a dope addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just period. So.
Yes, he would. Anyway, guys. Wow, we
ranted.
We ranted for a long time, and this video is way longer than I wanted it to be, but...
Sorry, guys.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn your notifications so you'll be notified for our next upload. Also, comment down below who your top 10 favorite MCU characters are. And we'll see you next week for another video. Bye!
Bye!